refund, dividing it up and putting it into different shells, and most likely they're going to take it and put it offshore, and there's no way that they're reporting all of this to the IRS because they can't. You know, they're either lying about it because they can't say that their income is coming from an illegal pyramid scheme, or they're just not reporting it at all. So I'm going to post a link to the ripoff report that I did on these guys, so you can get some more detail on the other phony corporations that they have behind this one. And here's my post, and it's at healthyraf.blogspot.com, and then the date, which by month, so 2014/07, and then the name of this particular blog post is i2G scam with a dash in the middle, infinity 2 global dashes again, pyramid, because it's a pyramid scheme, .html. And I'll post a link to that. But here I have the information of the people that you need to contact. Lori Farris, Manager Office of Consumer Protection of the Kentucky Office of the Attorney General. She's the main person. I was able to talk to her, seemed very on top of it and receptive, and this is definitely the main person you want to talk to. She's at 502 696-5394 is her direct number. You just probably leave a message for her as well. And her email is Lori, Lori .Farris, FARRIS @ag.ky.gov. And then, because these phony corporations are all Wyoming based, you also need to contact the Attorney General's office in Wyoming. And the Consumer Protection Unit is 307-777-5833. And there's an 800 number too, if you just get that from this webpage. And then also, in my case, because I'm in California, I would contact the California State Attorney General, who is Kamala Harris, and their number is 916-322-3360. And you know, you just have to contact whoever the State Attorney General is in your state as well. You can just look that up on Google. Contact the FBI. Get in contact with your congressperson, because this is a multi-state, interstate, and also international fraud for multi-million dollars, you know, and it's a straight-up pyramid scheme, and it's being conducted on the internet. And you need to contact a congressperson, because people need to start a bank fraud investigation, and the IRS needs to be contacted with all these people's information, and in particular Rick Mikey at the head of it all, but also you know, Rob Flinner, because as a tax accountant, you know, he knows what's going on here. And let's see, that this Dave Corner guy, you need to contact him too, because, and I have his direct information. And let's see. Okay, so yeah, David Evan Corner, and his bar number to have a disciplinary action on him is 177280, and then his office is listed as 11800 Mariposa Bay Lane, Northridge, California 91326, and his office phone number is listed as 310-721-1851, and his email is dekoerner@aol.com. And then he also goes by the email of compliance, COMPLIANCE @i2g.com. So he is their supposed lawyer, and his number that he gives out is 818-732-0990. But mostly that goes to a voicemail. But you know, you can contact him there too. So he's the guy that I would also be contacting with getting your money back, because he's supposed to be their lawyer. So you could contact him and have letters already to the attorney generals in California um, and Wyoming and Kentucky, already put together and documented, and some sort of response, and then also a police report and the case number of your police report that you're detailing all this information, plus whatever information that you got on your own situation, and also name the person who recruited you and the person who recruited them, all the way up the chain to the person that put together the physical presentation and did the presentation. You can individually sue each and every one of them to get your money back, plus financial loss, damages, emotional stress, every single one of them, sue them, each one of them individually. And then all of these people putting out these phony reviews, and that i2G is not a scam, Larry Williams with this fraudulent inducement of like, yeah, you can make $10,000 in 14 days, but he's not going to tell you it's all about fraud and it's all about stealing money from people for nothing and putting it in his pocket and Rick Mikey's pocket and Richard Anzalone's pocket and David Corner's pocket and Suzanne Kwan's pocket, and just keep on recruiting more people who recruit more people who recruit more people, and we keep on taking their money. Larry Williams never tells you that, so you can sue him for lying to you about it. All these people with their phony videos about how great of a business opportunity i2G is, each and every one of them, take them to small claims court and let them pay for lying to every single one of you. That's how you got caught up in it, is by watching their videos, by being lied to in the presentation, by being lied to by the person who recruited you. And even if they didn't know, they were being grossly negligent and thus legally liable, because before they tell somebody to put a bunch of money into a company, they're supposed to investigate that company. They have a legal liability to investigate, and they didn't. I mean, they didn't even know that Infinity 2 Global doesn't even exist. It's not even a real company. And they still went out and recruited people to give, $5,000, $600, whatever it is, into a company that they didn't even know didn't exist. So that they have to be held accountable for that gross negligence. And that's you could take every single one of them to small claims court, for the money that you lost, and any other damages on top of that, time that you lost trying to get your money back, emotional stress, and besides that, you need a police report, where you're detailing everything that happened, as well as the facts that I'm putting together, and then file another case, another report with the FBI, since this is interstate, and then the bank fraud, Treasury Department, IRS, and then the state attorney general. And this is a major fraud, multi-million-dollar fraud that these people are conducting. And each and every one of them need to be held accountable for it personally. And then you have the company entity with Rick Mikey and Rob Flinner's address and name, and then you can probably look up their phone numbers and other information if you need to do that with that information online. With that, you got them nailed, because of course everybody is going to have to sue them and file papers to take each of them to court individually as well, because they're at the top of the pyramid. So everybody who's in any way, shape, or form getting ripped off by this pyramid, sue every single person all the way up the chain, which means everybody sues Rick Mikey. And the top people like Richard Angeloni and Faraday and all these people, yeah, because they're near the top, they get whoever's under them suing all the way up to them, and they get that portion of the pyramid suing them personally. But Rick Mikey gets everybody suing him because he's the guy who's running it all. And Rob Flinner, you have to assume that he knows what he's doing, being a tax accountant. So he's not innocent. He's the one who's filing all these corporate entities. So he either has to get on board and cooperate with the investigation and start turning people over along with records, or he has to take the liability of being a point person who's working with Rick Mikey to defraud everybody of millions of dollars, and then he has to be held accountable for that. There's no way around it. And just like yesterday, Susan was yelling at me when I was telling her about everything, how she's stealing everybody's money, and her reply was that, I didn't steal your money. I had the people give it back to you. So yeah, if she steals the money and then I tell the people to give it back to me, or else I'm going to contact law enforcement, and then a week later, by saying that, I get the money put back into my account, in her mind that isn't theft. And then she was also trying to say that she isn't at fault for lying to people about this company. Is that it's the fault of the people that listen to her, and they don't have any recourse, because they're at fault for listening to her. That she's not at fault for lying to people. And every time you talk to these people, you see the criminal mindset. Everything that they do is everybody else's fault. So don't talk to these people. Don't buy into their scams and lies about how legitimate they are or how ethical they are. Look at the facts. Look at everything put together. And like I was telling her brother yesterday, I don't have anything to gain. I'm not making money by telling people that all this information and helping people get their money back. If anything, I'm wasting my time, and I'm not doing the work I need to be doing for myself, because it just doesn't sit right with me that these people have scammed so many people out of $5,000. They've stolen money from little old ladies and elderly people out of their retirement account. And the way that Suzanne was so defiant and so in your face and completely unrepentant that she was stealing money from people, and tried to make it out to be like it's my fault for telling people the truth. It just gave me even more inspiration, to put people like her behind bars, because she deserves it. She's a wealthy person, and she thinks that she has the right to steal anybody else's money she thinks she feels like stealing, and that the only wrong is in telling people the truth and giving them all the information that they need to sue people like her to get their money back. That's what makes her angry, not that she stole all this money from people. And then she just turned right around and probably called Richard Anzalone and gave him all this information, and he got right into, you probably called his buddy down in Southern California, David Corner, and they got together like, okay, how are we going to scam our way out of this now? Okay, it's a new development. Okay, this is how fraudulent white collar criminals operate. They just, okay, what's the next lie we have to tell to get out of this situation? And they went ahead and they filed the papers to clean up their little act and clean up their little phony corporation, and and that's where it stands now. And they think that by telling people, oh yeah, no, we're a legitimate company now, that somehow that's going to rectify all the stuff that that I put up about them already. And the thing is, like, just look at the kind of people they are. You catch them in a lie, and then the only thing they know how to do is to tell a new lie to counterbalance what you caught them the last time, in the last lie that they told. And it's just one lie after another lie after another, and then after a while you just have to make up your mind. I'm not going to listen to these people anymore. They just keep on lying. They keep making excuses, and the whole time they're just taking people's money, and including vulnerable, lots of vulnerable people whose money means a whole lot more to them than to these fraudsters who are just living the high life off of other people's retirement and Social Security checks. So seriously, this is not a joke. These people are vicious people that need to be put in jail, and they need to have every single law enforcement agency on them and freezing their assets and accounts and this money being returned. Please get on top of it. And lastly, you look up the i2G domain name on a Whois search. They're going through GoDaddy, so people can also contact GoDaddy to let them know that this is a fraudulent scam, and they could freeze the domain name and block the website use. And the organization, so the registration is private, so you can't see the name of the person who registered it. Again, something that a fraudster would do. And the registered organization is called Domains by Proxy LLC, which I'm sure is yet another phony corporation that these guys made up. Or it could be, some standard thing that fraudsters use to make sure that they can't be tracked by whoever is, looking them up on a who is search. But here's another good thing to do is contact GoDaddy.com to let them know that i2G is nothing but a fraudulent pyramid scheme that is ripping people off left and right for every second that they're left online. So, that their website portal is where a lot of people sign up. So that'll be a very good way to block their scam from continuing. And the other thing, I guess, same thing on YouTube. Keep reporting all of their scam videos. Saying that, I've done a thorough review. This is a brutally honest review of i2G, and it's not a scam. No. Oh, it's the most legit company in the world, and it's just making all this money left and right. And please sign up, through my web portal. It's just so stupid. And we just need to take all those videos down too. But download them, because that's all evidence, against these people that you should be suing for your money back. So, hope you like all that information. Please comment. I will definitely respond to any questions. I've had plenty of people from i2G harass me and, post all kinds of trash about me and trash talk to me and insult me. And, these guys harassing me yesterday, lying to me to get me into a restaurant. And they lied about wanting to get their money back and helping other people get their money back. And then as soon as I was there, all they wanted to do was convince me about how wrong I was and how much money they're making and how I need to take down the videos. Okay. And I'm having a lot of my time wasted, and then this lawyer trying to contact me to try to intimidate me somehow into taking the videos down or whatever, because he's trying to protect his fraud and his buddies. So, this is just, I'm just doing this to make sure that people get their money back, because this is so wrong, and I need help. I can't do it by myself. I mean, you guys, come on, man, get with it. Start reporting their YouTube videos. Contact GoDaddy to get their domain blocked, and pursue the small claims court. And then the attorney generals, contact your police department, get a police report on the case of how you were personally contacted and how you signed up and how that money was taken from you. Contact your bank and your credit card about filing a dispute to get all the charges refuted. And you know what? Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there and let them get away with it. Because it's not only the people who are out there advocating for them and lying to defend them, but it's the people that just are sitting there like, oh, they got my money, I'm not going to do anything about it, I'm not going to pursue it, I'm not going to, whatever, I'm so defeatist, I'm so scared, I'm not going to do anything to help myself or help anybody else. I'm just crawl up in a little ball and just let them, they're counting on you. They're counting on you to react like that and not do anything. Okay? Make sure every single law enforcement agency that I listed gets contacted in regard to these people. The reason why you should go to your congressperson instead of the IRS website is because the IRS, I don't know, for whatever reason, is so retarded. They just they want you to print out a form and write the names of each individual out for each form, then print it out and then mail it snail mail into their local IRS, which is like, what the heck? Just get your congressperson, write all this information down, list all the names, list what happened, get them to go to the IRS and U.S. Treasury Department directly and get something started right away. I mean, these guys can just grab this money and skip the country anytime. There is a time factor here that's involved. And so let's see, what's the other thing? The FTC site, Federal Trade Commission, file a complaint there. There's, I think, an I forget, but it's through the FBI website, and then it's like internet fraud, consumer fraud thing. then fill out a complaint there, and then the standard place for most people to go is rip-off report. I believe it's ripoffreport.com or .org, I forget, one of the two, and then file a rip-off report detailing your situation so more people know about it. And that pretty much covers it, man. Have a great day.